Monday. We're talking about all things Grammys. It's the music's biggest night. And they came out in droves with the performances. They were the best I've seen in years.
The
production value.
The production value was great. The one everyone's kind of talking about, including in this studio. Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Again, we're going to run you the clip we're allowed to show you from the performance. Again, one of the first words you're going to hear is bucket, just so we're clear.
Yes.
Bucket. Roll it.
Get a bucket in a mouth.
And that's it.
That's
okay.
it.
Okay.
That's it. All right, Dina, you yay or nay on this performance from Dina Pugliesi's perspective?
Nay, it's too lewd, it's too crude, enough. I know that's what the song's about, but do we need to act every single bit of the song? Like every single bit? I always say if you're watching with young ones, because there's a lot of beautiful performances, how do you explain that even though it is late at night? Like it's after 10. Devo
Brown, your retort to that.
You know what? I tweeted this out last night. I said, look, the conversations you might have to have with your kids, if you allowed them to stay up past 10:30 and after the host, Trevor Noah, who was amazing, by the way, and was not The Weeknd. Was not The Weeknd.
The people think he was The Weeknd?
Oh, yeah. Everybody's like, oh, that's why The Weeknd didn't get nominated. He's hosting.
What?
Ridiculous.
No, that's not The Weeknd. It was Trevor Noah. He was awesome. But Trevor Noah said, you might not want to let your kids watch this next performance. He gave you a warning. It was 10:30 at night. So, okay, I understand it. It was a little much for some people, but the performance itself, from Megan starting with Savage, going into Up from Cardi, going into WAP after that, unreal. The backup dancers, the choreography, the set, the production, beautiful. Performance, fire.
Okay, let's talk about other things, shall we? Did you want to chime in on that, Sid? You didn't chime in on that.
Listen, I understand it's the track. And they, you know, as two young artists that Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are, they want to put out a performance that's reflective of what they're doing. I'm fine with it. I understand it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Agreed.
Completely. But I'm fine with it. I also want to say, Megan Thee Stallion, this is getting a lot of the attention. First female rapper of the year ever in that category.
Yes.
And so Megan Thee Stallion making history left and right last night. So there were a lot of elements to her evening. So congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion before we dive into the
let me just say, she wins my best fashion pick of the night. I loved her in this orange number. It was reminiscent of Madonna Material Girl, like a throwback to Marilyn Monroe, old Hollywood glam. I thought everything was on point. I loved her acceptance speech. You saw her literally like unable to speak as she caught her breath. She was ready to break down and cry. I love seeing her and Beyonce stand side by side, killing it in the music business. She came out of nowhere, and look at how she owned the night.
Yeah, she won 3 of her 4 nominations, as you mentioned, rap performance, rap song, and Best New Artist, which was huge, right?
Huge.
And that was the one that we all thought she would get. You know, but her and Beyonce, as you mentioned on stage, both from Houston, she idolized. I love it. She's like, growing up, I always said to my mom, what would Beyonce do? But just a little more ratchet. Like, that's what she said. And she's like, she idolized her, and so to be able to be up there with her was great. I looked at the guys' fashion a little bit. DaBaby. I love what he rocked. He came in with his mama. He came in with his daughter as well on the red carpet. This was great. It was a paisley pattern suit, and again, joined by his mom. And he was nominated for 4 last night. No wins, though, but performances were great, right? With Dua Lipa and with Roddy Ricch. There he is with his mom.
I love him for Best Male Dress, too, D. I'm with you on that. Taylor Swift, what do we make of her floral Oscar de la Renta mini dress? Like, that was spring personified. We know her album Folklore was all about that. It was like this fantasy, whimsical, like magical place, you know, like Lord of the Rings. So I thought that was fitting to the album. I loved her performance. They built that A-shaped frame cabin. It was stunning.
But she did the thing where she was surprised she won Album of the Year again.
I think she was surprised.
It drives me nuts how Taylor Swift is surprised that she wins. And, like, enough. I like my kingdom for Taylor Swift to walk up there. And maybe it's still from the Kanye thing from a few years ago, right? Like maybe she just to walk up on stage and say, I am the best. And I know it. Like, don't give me the Kristen Wiig impression, which is bang on. Like, just enough. On 3 times you won Album of the Year, you're good. We get it.
You mentioned the Kanye thing. I love that Billie Eilish, in her acceptance speech, she said she felt that, hold on, I'm losing it now. She felt that Megan should have won, which was reminiscent of Beyonce losing to Adele. And Adele went on and on about how much, so that's cute. So you're saying maybe do a little bit more of that, Taylor, as opposed to...
We've seen that act a million times. I'm just saying, Devo, am I wrong? The humble Taylor Swift thing.
You saw it was one award show where she won, I think, 3 or 4 or whatever, and every time she was like, me? Me? No, stop. It was
Come
me.
on, guys. She doesn't know. She doesn't know.
No, but with this year, I think it was a genuine surprise because you just didn't know. I mean, I called it. I won't lie. I called it from when the album dropped. I did say when it came out, but it was a tight race with a lot of people, and you just don't know what the Grammys, because even though I said Folklore should win, I also thought The Weeknd should have got 8 nominations.
Exactly.
Here, here.
That didn't happen. So it's just so hard with the Grammys to really. So I get the surprise factor of it.
You know what else
but yeah,
was a snub?
it is a little tiresome.
You know what was a snub? Did you see hashtag? I think it was Grammys. Did you see that?
No.
For BTS.
Okay,
People were
yeah.
upset they were nominated for one, they lost, but their performance was amazing.
Was great. It was one of my favorites. We're going to show a little bit of that right here. They started off in the Staples Center, of course, and then on top after pop duo group performance for Dynamite lost to Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande with Rain on Me. And yeah, their fans, the Army, was not happy. I said it, man, this was the best pop song of the year.
Could we give some sort of award to this performance? They seamlessly shot indoors, up the stairs, to the roof, pan out. Incredible production value on that song, and I thought they delivered in performance.
And
there needs to be an award for that performance.
And I think maybe just like us being nerds in this kind of TV world,
yes.
You saw when they panned out the one camera guy, just the one camera guy that followed them for the entire shot. So props to, we've got a great camera crew here, so people that are behind the cameras that do that kind of work to make something like that amazing. Like he's running up the stairs with them, and yeah, it's
Can we get a shot of Al getting a shot of us? If you guys want to know what we're talking about.
When I think BTS, I think Al.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so this is Al.
Yeah.
Al working that Dolly Jib shop, baby, to make this place look like we're flying.
Is that the technical term?
This
Dolly
is how
Jib
we
shot?
The Dolly Jib shop.
Dolly Jib shop. It's all technical.
What
I didn't go to school
it.
for this stuff. I'm not sure.
We have more Grammy stuff coming up here in a bit. News coming up after the break. Been a tough year for all of us. How is Ontario faring when it comes to mental health 1 year into this? It is a topic we have all either dealt with or talked to others about. That discussion next. You're watching Breakfast Television. Good morning.